Hi, everyone. So I still have people who are messaging me saying they don't know where to start, they don't know what to write about, they need help getting started. So here is another attempt to help you generate some ideas that you can write about. All right, so remember, first of all, that you can go back to the PowerPoint. Okay, so the PowerPoint, remember, it lists the strategies and it has some questions that you can use to help generate ideas. But I realize that if you're new to literary criticism, to critical theories, that this is all just seems like foreign territory to you. Okay, so I'm going to kind of try to break this down a little bit more simplistically. All right, so what you're looking for so what you need to do is just to pick one of the stories that kind of stood out to you. Pick one of the stories that you thought was interesting or that was really moving for you or just entertaining. And then think about what is the theme of the story or what is the main idea, and see what that might line up with. So there's some stories that lend themselves very obviously to one type of criticism or another. Like The Story of an Hour, The Yellow Wallpaper, Sweat. The main characters are women. So there's definitely gender role issues happening there. So with feminist criticism, kind of the easiest approach is just looking at stereotypes. Okay, so this is where knowing about stereotypes can work in your favor. All right, so think about what are traditional, and I use quotation marks because traditional means different things in different places, although really we kind of globally do have some sort of traditional male and female roles, right? This goes back to, our ideas about cavemen and such. The women stay home and take care of the babies, and the men go out and hunt and do those things. Okay, so women, they're supposed to be submissive. They should get married, have children, stay home, cook, clean, let their husbands make all the decisions, have all the money in the household, right? They're not supposed to be self-assertive. Men are supposed to be the opposite of those things. They're supposed to get married too, but they're the head of the household. They go out and work. They make all the decisions. They handle all the money, all that sort of stuff. So what you to handle this approach, you just basically would choose a character or characters and identify the ways that they do or do not adhere to these traditional or historical gender roles, and then draw a conclusion about how these roles are being affirmed or challenged by the outcome of the story. So Sweat challenges traditional gender roles. Think about Delia. She is not your traditional woman. Now, she is married and she wishes that she could have more of a traditional happily ever after kind of marriage, but it's not going to happen with Sykes, right? So she works outside of the home. She is the primary breadwinner. She is the one who pays all the bills. It even talks about her being strong. She has her own house. She has her own little donkey or pony and her cart, and she loads up all the wash and all that kind of stuff. So she really almost does like physical labor for her job. And Sykes is the complete opposite. Yes, he's married to her, but he's a layabout. If he works, he doesn't give any of the money to her. He doesn't spend any of it on the household. He seeks intimate relationships outside of the household. But at the end, it is, Delia who triumphs. So the fact that she does not adhere to traditional gender roles and she kind of wins in the end really challenges those ideas of traditional gender roles being self-fulfilling or really having any kind of purpose in our lives. Whereas with Button, they're reaffirmed. Norma, our lady Norma in that story, all she wants is to stay home, have babies, right? Cook, clean for her husband, all that kind of stuff, but she can't. And she's basically, that is limiting her as a person. And that's why she wants them to get the money so that she can like fulfill her womanly role. But then when she steps into the masculine role and tries to make that executive decision of, oh, I'm going to push this button, I'm going to get this money, then it all goes to, downhill very quickly. It ends in catastrophe. So she gets punished, even though she has the money, right? She has the monetary gain, but she doesn't have any of those markers of femininity that she was seeking, right? So it's reaffirming the traditional gender roles that if she had just kind of stayed in her place, then everything would have worked out fine. Okay, so those are just a couple of ideas. Psychoanalytic criticism, just look for somebody with a mental disorder. Some of the stories is really obvious. The Yellow Wallpaper, hello, the whole story is about the lady losing her mind, right? But she loses her mind as a result of postpartum depression. She makes that clear very